Hi guys, this is Des here. Okay, I'd like to do an update on the prop pallies. I did an avoidance video for the prop pallies, and now I have changed my pally. After testing it since the patch came out, I changed it to a control and haste build prop pally, and it seems to be working a little better for the raids and everything that's going on at the moment. The avoidance build is going to help use as what I've got there. I found that's going to help you level up and go through the lower stuff a lot better with the avoidance stuff. But as the new patch came in, I've changed a couple of things in my spec, and I've glyphed differently. Not really glyphed differently, but I've got some different reforges going on, different gems, and I've got a couple, I think one or two different talents that I have changed over because they seem to be working a little better for what we're doing. Lose a fair bit of health off of it, don't worry, because I was worried at the start because I enjoyed my health pool, but with this build you don't need as much health on you. Your gear will you'll gain negation as well as your cooldowns, and just attacking spells be a lot faster, so you'll survive. It doesn't matter what you're doing. So as you can see here, I'm actually in the Vale, where they've actually changed a lot of the things around here. The rares that there's more rares now. The items that used to be like the things that used to be like stuff you'd kill on the dailies are now turned into rares now. They'll come up as a rare when they actually spawn up. So the crocodile, where you saw in my avoidance video, actually was spawned up here, and I fought that for a little bit and actually showed you how the avoidance build works. So what we're going to do, we're going to do the same thing, run around trying to find a rare to show you how this actually works, but that's later on. So what we're going to do now, we're actually going to show you the talents that I've sort of I kept to the pursuit of justice. I like the 15% movement speed at all times instead of just some of the time. I have evil point of view because now we can fear humanoids, make it another CC. I kept the sacred shield because I love having tanks should always have this shield. I saw a tank today with internal flame, and it does not work as well. It is so annoying. He was so hard to heal because I was on my healing shaman. It was like he went down all the time and he didn't have much negation at all. So that sacred shield actually helps with the negation part of it. Helps absorb those damage. Unbreakable spirit. Like, I love it. It reduces cooldown of divine shield, divine protection, and lay of hands by 50 seconds, so you get more time to use stuff. But go back up to here. These are like all stun and crowd control things, like repentance and fist of justice. Stuns a target for 6 seconds. Replaces helmet of justice. So yeah, I like having two things instead of just one. It really depends on the way you play, but you can either choose. What would be advised is either choose Fist of Justice or Evil is a point. Depends if you want you want to actually put a fear in there, which a lot of PvP is going to be using because you can do humanoids now. And Fist of Justice, which stuns targets for 6 seconds. They're two of the main ones you're going to use, but I choose Evil point of view over the Fist of Justice. And okay, we go down to this tier here. I use Sanctified Wrath. I love it. 50% longer and grants more frequently access to one of your abilities while it lasts. That's the passive to it. The Holy reduces cooldown of Holy Shock by 50%, increases the critical chance of Holy Shock by 20%. Prot reduces the cooldown of Judgment by 50% and causes Judgment to generate one additional Holy Power. Avenging Wrath also increases healing received by 20%. And for Rats, it reduces the cooldown of the Hammer of Wrath by 50%. So you're going to gain more healing off of it. So, now this is one I did change. I was using Light's Hammer because it was fun just throwing a hammer on the ground and then it doing damage and healing. But I've changed that to Holy Prism and found it's got a 20-second cooldown, so the cooldown is shorter. As well, it deals damage and it also heals of radius, so it heals all the nearby targets around you for the same amount, and as what it does to you. And you can use that every 19 seconds. As to this 1 minute to the hammer, and I saw a pally which I was very distorted of. It's using Executioner's Sentence, and it's like, why are you using that? And he goes, no, I don't know. And he sat there and argued with me, but I sat there and tested all these out, and that's not actually the best one for, maybe for DPS, but not DPS and heals, but not for prot. Holy Prism is probably the best beneficial one after researching and using all the stuff. So let's go on to the glyphs here, guys. Okay, so I actually changed. I've still got the same major glyphs for what I did for my avoidance, but I changed some minor glyph here called Falling Avenger. Okay, the reason I've done that is actually there's a bridge over at the new island that's broken down, and the only way you can get across, well, there's several ways to get across, but you either have the legendary cloak, which I don't have, or for pallies you can get this Falling Avenger and you can jump across and it will slow for you. Like, what you need to do first is pop your wings, which is down here for me, Avenging Wrath, and then jump on a mount and jump across, and you'll actually slow fall and get across it whenever you want, as long as your Avenging Wrath is up. Yeah, so that's the reason I got that one. It's a fun glyph. The minor glyphs don't really matter, but I like to have that one now so I can get across that other side. Okay, what else we got here to talk about? We got the talents, we got the glyphs, and yeah. So now let's move on to the gemming part. Now this is a big difference. It is a control haste build, so you want to go hit, expertise, haste, stamina, mastery. Okay, I know it sounds weird, tanks need mastery, yes, but for this build it's like the last thing on the list for what you need. So yellow gems here, we're going to be getting a lot of haste, so we've got your haste, pure haste gems. If you're a druid crafter, you can actually cut, but with the tank you want to cut a lot of like blue stem gems. So you can have two of those, the druid cutting ones, on at the same time. So I've got two stem ones, two 480 stem ones, and so you still want your stamina and increased armor value of your items. You want to have that. And okay, for the red ones changed too. So you want expertise and haste. As you can see, there's a haste in there as well. I'm still trying to replace that shield, which I'm getting annoyed with. But see, expertise and haste. So we got a lot of haste here, a lot of haste building. The blue gems are like going to be stem, of course, but then we're rocking to a lot of haste. And yeah, and as you see, it's real well done. And we reforge. So we reforge into haste as well. So it reforge from dodge to haste. We do have hit to expertise. We also parry to expertise. So do a lot of reforging into expertise and haste. So expertise and haste is what you want to reforge into. And I'm going to show you how this works. And I am at a 510 item level, so it's not too bad. It could be higher, but and we found a rare. Flying around. Is it dead? No, he's still alive. But where is it? He's up here on the bridge. So now I'm going to show you how this build actually works. So watch this guy. He does a pushback. So we're going to actually start him off. And we're going to use Holy Prism. It's put up there. I don't know why. He does a pushback, as you see. So he needs Sacred Shield on all the time. That's why we've got Sacred Shield. And it's going to put a shield around us shortly. And as you can see, we're doing a lot of damage to him. And also, he's stunned. And then that again. And he's dead. What's the difference between that and the Avoidance build is you're gonna actually do a lot more damage than just dodging and sucking up damage. As you saw that, it didn't take much time there, and notice on our other video, it took a little while to actually get stuff done. But now we can actually do a fair bit of damage back to it. And I'm going to add on to pick all the rares up, and it'll actually show them what I've actually got from that rare. But it didn't take long at all. This one's probably, hopefully, up as well. Doesn't look like it. Oh, got a little skull over here. Dang this. Why is there a skull over here? Oh, okay. I have never seen this guy here before. Okay. Oh yeah, so we're gonna go play with this dude. And as you see, he don't stand in stuff. So get out of it as soon as you can. Put stuff on the ground. So play with these rares. As you can see, we do quite a bit of damage, and we actually got a high stack of avoidance on them, like the avoidance spec I had. So let's get out of this. Put Sacred Shield on. So we can actually stun this guy. Pop our wings. The problem I was having before was I wasn't doing enough damage to stuff, but I had high threat. So I'm hoping with this I can actually do damage as well as suck it up. So we found a couple of rares, and he's not really doing any damage to us, and he's now dead. We got some cheese. And that was like real bad. But as you saw, this build works. It works really well in this expansion. You don't take much damage at all. You can heal up the damage that's getting taken. Your Sacred Shield is going to help you with the not taking as much damage. And it's just, I'm finding it a lot better than the avoidance. Putting two specs together, this one is a lot better than the avoidance. But the avoidance seems to work well for all the lower stuff. This spec seems to work well with, like, let's go Throne of Thunder, and the new raid that's out, Siege of Orgrimmar. So yeah, those seem to be a lot better for this spec seems to be a lot better for those, and for any of the raids that are lower than that and on your heroics and that, the Avoidance build will suit you up fine. But once you start getting the gear and that we have for Siege of Orgrimmar and Throne of Thunder, you might want to try this Haste and Control spec, because it's gonna help you out a great deal and make it so you can deal damage as well as receive it. And what you do, Seal of Truth is your single target, so when you're on bosses, and then you got your Seal of Righteousness, which is an AoE seal, and then you got your lovely Insight one, which if the healer can't keep up with you, you throw that on and then you start helping heal yourself. You want to try and help heal as much as possible anyway, just to keep you up. And it's like, if they're having that much trouble with it, you really want to just stay in the Insight one. You know, it's just a lot easier for the heals. That's all I'd like to show you, is just an upgrade on what I've found out after the patch has been out, and just show people what else they can do with their prop pallies. And as you can see, it helps real well, and you take a little bit of damage but not that much. Like in a raid it's going to help you out quite a bit. Yeah, so this is an upgrade from the Avoidance video. This is my new spec, which I'm going to be using quite a bit now. If I create another pally, I'll probably go with the Avoidance spec first and then transition into the Control and Haste one, because this Control and Haste one is really bloody good for the high level fights. Yeah, you could probably use the Avoidance one, which I was using for just at the end of 5.3, and I transitioned it into 5.4 with all the new changes. But that Avoidance build is actually good for the lower stuff. I was using it quite a bit. Now I'm into now we're using the Haste and Control build, or the Control and Haste build. Now it seems to be the Control and Haste is what you want to do with the higher up stuff of TOT and Siege of Orgrimmar. Hope this helped you guys very much. Like and subscribe. Put comments down, because I love comments and I can answer pretty much like a lot of questions about what I do with my pally. People wanted me to, I don't like releasing all my secrets to how I play, and like it depends on the fight, but I do play a little bit differently to a couple of people. But a lot of people have been requesting a lot of videos on my pally and what I do on it, so I like to put some information in there for you guys, and hopefully the guildies can just come to my page and see all these training videos that we're doing for everyone. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.